everyone, it's Lighthouse Angel Messages. Today I am getting a message for Aquarius. So welcome Aquarians. Thank you for joining me. If the title resonates with you and you're not an Aquarius, just know that this message still could be for you. So keep that in mind. But we're going to go ahead and get started and see what messages Spirit has for Aquarius and what you need to know right now to get you moving forward. On this channel, we focus on taking you from zero to hero in your own life and how we can get you moving forward and making the changes that you need to get unstuck. Okay? Love yourself more by saying no to things that feel draining and burdening for you. Saying no when you want to say no instead of saying yes to please other people is a real act of self-love. Okay? So, Spirit really wants you to release and let go of the things that are draining you or burdening you. It could be bad habits. It could be toxic friends, toxic family. You know, you need to maybe put in some strong boundaries. You know, if you've been bending those boundaries, they want you to make them strong and hold to them, because they could be draining you. They'd be becoming a burden, right? Maybe there's some goals or maybe a project that you're trying to start, Aquarius, but you keep getting drained or something keeps distracting you. They want you to say no so that you can focus on the things that you're trying to achieve for yourself. Okay? And if they're habits, like could be something you're eating, you know, it's going to be different for everybody, but it could be something you're eating, something you're drinking, maybe too much caffeine, and you're getting the crashes, you know, too much alcohol, too much of something in your life. You need to find balance, right? Could be even as too much exercise. You need to find balance, okay? What else do you have for Aquarius? Oops. And we have 2 cards for Aquarius. The presence of love will always cast out fear. Okay? Maybe your fear is that you're afraid to say no. You're afraid how it might affect other people. But no one's going to have your back except you. So it's very important to love yourself and know what's best for you and when to say no. Right? No out of love. You know, a lot of it can be just the way you're delivering the no, you know. And if you deliver it out of love and love for yourself, not only it's an act of self-love, but it also shows people where you draw the line and where they should start respecting you. Your time, your energy, you know, so that when you do say yes, they're grateful instead of demanding. When I think I've surrendered, I need to surrender more. So if you think that you have released control over things in your life, Spirit wants you to do it more. It's not enough. You need to surrender everything, even the little things. Like we were saying, it could be something you're eating, something you're drinking. It could even be a way of thinking, right? A lack mindset or a pessimistic attitude. Anything that's holding you back and burdening you, they want you to surrender those things. Okay, Aquarius? I'm going to get you some messages from the Lighthouse box. See what else they want you to know about what you need to say no to here. Okay, let's see what they have for you. And I'm hearing keep releasing, keep surrendering, and keep releasing. The times I spend in nature are some of the moments I feel most alive. Okay? They want you to get out in nature so you can hear the messages. No distractions. I'm hearing no distractions, right? Because there's something that you're afraid of, afraid to release. Worthiness doesn't have prerequisites, okay? You're already worthy. There's no pre-requirement for that. You are worthy, Aquarius. If you're, when you're sitting in a lot of fear, you can start doubting yourself, questioning your own beliefs about yourself, and Spirit doesn't want you to do that. Radiate your positivity. Radiate your positivity. They don't want you to sit in fear. Fear is an illusion. It's not real. It's something that, we have created. We weren't born with fear, right? We learned fear through situations, through people, experiences, right? And we subconsciously grabbed onto that feeling. And they want you to release it and focus on the positivity and radiating your light. Even if you make the wrong choice, God will turn it for your good. So you can't lose. So don't have fear, because even if you if you make the wrong decision, He's going to turn it around for the good. So He really wants you to surrender, surrender, surrender. Stay positive, and don't worry about making the wrong decision. Okay? Because God has your back as long as you have faith and you believe and you surrender. Create your own future. If you are, worried about focusing on yourself and what you want in your own life because of what other people, maybe you're a people pleaser, they want you to focus on you, self-love. What do you want? Because if you're not happy, then how are you going to how are you going to radiate that positivity and happiness to others, right? If your cup is empty, then how are you going to help other people? So you need to create your future and not wait on someone else to create it for you, right? Because by sacrificing yourself is only hurting you and the people around you. Self-love does not require you to ignore your faults, but rather to refuse to use them as an excuse to dislike yourself. Okay? I'm going to read that again. Self-love does not require you to ignore your faults, but rather refuse to use them as an excuse to dislike yourself. Spirit doesn't want you to focus on your mistakes. Okay? They're not mistakes, they're lessons. They're lessons that have taught you and shaped you into who you are today. But you need to forgive yourself. Self-love is one of the highest powers of all. And it's so important. So many people think it's selfish. It's not. I mean, what can you possibly have to offer someone when you are completely drained? You have nothing. Right? So you need to make sure that you forgive yourself, you release those burdens, and don't focus on your faults, because the mistakes that we have made in our life, they're not mistakes, they're lessons. And what you do with them is really what matters the most, right? Do you turn them into a powerful change, or do you use it as an excuse to stay stuck? Spirit doesn't want you to use it as an excuse. They want you to move forward, because no matter what decision you make, you're not going to lose as long as you put your faith in God. You have the letter Q. This could be a quick change in your life. Spirit is saying if you focus on these things, it could be a quick change. Someone who is worthy of your love will never put you in a situation where you feel you must sacrifice your dignity, your integrity, or your self-worth to be with them. Okay. Someone who is worthy of your love will never put you in a situation where you feel you must sacrifice your dignity, your integrity, or your self-worth to be with them. Okay, and I feel like if this is someone, Aquarius, that you have been dealing with, maybe this is the person that you continually feel burdened by, or you're afraid to say no, or people pleasing, right, to satisfy this person. You know, I'm really getting like, the paper's black here. It's a dark energy. You need to release this person. This person isn't good for you. Okay? Because someone, you know, love shouldn't hurt. And someone who loves you won't put you. They're going to build you up, not tear you down. Right? And when they asking you to sacrifice these things, they're asking you to be something that you're not. They're asking you to accept less than what you're worthy of. So don't settle, okay? Don't settle. Create your own future. You know, get in the power of self-love, integrity, worthiness, right? It's your superpower, right? And they want you to focus on you. When you are full of authenticity, integrity, truth, you walk in light and truth, you need nobody but yourself, right? Because you have become such a superpower in your own self-love that you can fulfill all your needs. And I'm not saying this in a selfish way. I'm saying it when you're in this kind of power, you'll never settle for less than what you deserve, because you don't need to. You can get everything from yourself. Anything else that comes into your life is just an added blessing, right? So don't settle for someone who is asking you to sacrifice your dignity, your integrity, or your self-worth just to be with them. They need to heal. They're very unhealed. They have their own traumas, right? And they're projecting them onto you by bringing down your own worth. Jesus said to him, if you can believe, all things are possible to him who believes. So you need to believe. You know, radiate positivity. You need to believe. You need to surrender. You need to create your own future. Don't look outside of yourself, right? You need to forgive yourself. You need to get out in nature. And by doing all these things, you're going to get a quick change, you're going to see quick results with this. But you need to believe, Aquarius. Jesus believes in you. You need to believe in you, right? And make sure you forgive yourself, right? Because what happened in the past is in the past. It doesn't define you. It's a lesson, and it's what you do with that lesson that matters the most. Failure is success in progress. And that's kind of like what I was just saying. You know, there is no mistake. There is no failure. It's what you do with it that defines it, right? So don't look at a wrong turn, or what you think is a wrong turn or a wrong decision, right, as bad. It's when you take the power within yourself to make a huge change out of that decision or do something with it, it's only progress towards creating your own future, creating your, reaching your own goals, right? Getting to that self-love of strength. Gaslighting of the soul. They do everything to dim your light, and then they ask you why you're not shining. Okay, if you know someone, or you've been in a relationship, maybe you've been in a people-pleasing relationship where they've had to, where you felt like you had to sacrifice your dignity, your integrity, your self-worth to be with them because they were gaslighting your soul. They're doing everything to dim your light, and then they ask you why you're not shining. This is somebody who needs to heal, and you need to release them, right? Their traumas are not your problem. Don't take on that burden and make it your own, right? Release them so that they can heal. We have the Eight of Wands, and this is quick action, okay? So again, it's another confirmation with the Q here. It's like quick action, quick communication, okay? Don't let someone gaslight you. It's an illusion, right? It's playing with your mind, and you deserve better, right? You deserve better. Okay. Imagine, believe, and achieve. Imagine with all your mind, believe with all your heart, and achieve with all your mind. They want you to create your own future based on what you imagine, what you believe, because you can achieve it, right? But these things, this person, this gaslighting person that wants you to sacrifice the things that you hold sacred to your soul, this is going to hold you back. And it's going to create situations where you're not going to like yourself because you're settling for less. They want you to know you are worthy. You are worthy. Okay? Radiate that positive light because you're worth the highest love of all. You have the Page of Pentacles, and we'll see what it could be. This also could be a quick information coming in or a quick offer coming in. Could be a job offer, a love offer. And if it is, they want you to know you're worthy of it. Okay? Don't settle. Oh, the places you'll go. They're getting ready to this job offer. This is, if you can see it, it's an air balloon being lifted up, right? This offer that's coming in quick here is going to elevate you, and you're going to go to many places. Spirit is elevating you right out of your situation. Okay? So release these things, people, places, and things that no longer serve you. And keep surrendering. When you think you've surrendered enough, you need to surrender more. Okay, Aquarius? Life is good. And once he elevates you out of this situation, where you're having a hard time saying no, taking on other people's burdens, people pleasing, right? He's going to elevate you, and life is going to be really good. And don't sit in fear and worry about making the wrong decision, because even if you do, he's going to make it into a good one. Don't forget to celebrate how far you've come. Look at, I see a rainbow here. As far as your healing, right? Don't forget to celebrate this offer that's coming in that's going to elevate you and make your life really good. Don't forget to celebrate. Okay? And failure is success and progress, right? Because, again, there's no failures, just lessons, right? But that's how you grow, evolve, and expand, right? By sitting in one place, you learn nothing. Keep showing up, Okay, don't give up, right? So you need to make sure you celebrate how far you've come and continuously celebrate those small wins as they come up, whether they're, you know, going to the gym every day or taking that workout class or showing up for working on a side hustle or side project or working on your healing, doing your meditation daily, and that's something new. Keep showing up, keep doing it, because those little, every day, it matters. Those little steps forward every single day, they all add up to great success. So don't give up. Forgive yourself for not knowing what you didn't know before you learned it. Okay, so what I'm really getting with this is that if you have done a lot of healing on yourself and there were things that happened to you in the past, and now, and this may be why you're having a hard time forgiving yourself, that when you look at now, you're thinking, why didn't I know that? You know, I should have known that. I should have known not to go there or deal with that person or take that job or get in that relationship or, you know, have that one night stand, whatever it was. The Spirit wants you to forgive yourself, you know, for not knowing what you didn't know before, okay? Don't focus on that, because whatever you didn't know back then, you know, and what happened from that, it turned you in who you are today. So it wasn't wasted, but they don't want you to focus on it. They want you to forgive yourself and celebrate like this. And I'm seeing this as like a new door opening for you because of all this healing. So make sure you celebrate. And when it comes to healing, not everybody can do it. You know, not the deep, dark wounds, you know, and healing that and rising and alchemizing your weaknesses into strength, you know, getting out of your fears, not letting anybody hold you back, and really being true, walking in your true, authentic version of yourself. Very rare, you know, it's rare that people can do it, right? But you have, and it's opening a door, and you need to celebrate, because Spirit, is saying, the places you'll go. He's taking you to amazing places, okay? Create a better world with love. Make sure you're operating out of love, okay? It's the highest, you know, love is the highest power of all, right? And then the presence of love will always cast out fear, right? It's the highest power. It's what God and Jesus, it's what they're made of. It's all they operate out of is love. So, you know, release your ego, surrender more. Your ego isn't going to serve you, and operate out of the light and out of love. Make sure you forgive yourself. Don't forget to tell yourself positive things daily. You must love yourself internally to glow externally, okay? Don't forget to tell yourself positive things every day. And maybe this is where you got to keep showing up for yourself, okay? As someone, as you know, I can tell you is that, you know, I grew up in a very pessimistic, fear-based, negative environment. And, you know, I came accustomed to that kind of thinking. And it really took, you know, a lot of work on my end to keep showing up for myself every single day and change my way of thinking through positive affirmations, through all kinds of different things. Vision boards, affirmations, just working on things to change your subconscious mind, right? Those patterns and things, that were told to you, those negative comments, those negative words that were imprinted on your subconscious mind, you gotta be able to remove those so you can change your way of thinking. And at first, it's going to feel very awkward, different, but if it feels weird, you're on the right path, because change is uncomfortable. So whether you journal these positive things, or you do a mantra every day, or you meditate, saying affirmations, however you want to do it, you need to keep showing up, right? So that you can start internally loving yourself so you can grow externally, okay? And it takes work, You got to keep showing up every day, focusing on the positive, right? And music helps with that too, and make sure whatever music you're listening to is giving you a positive vibe, okay? We have the King of Pentacles. This could be the person that's bringing in this job offer that's going to be happening quick for you here. This could be, King of Pentacles could be a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, but not necessarily. But it's somebody who is solid, secure, stable, wealthy, right? Powerful. They know they're grounded, they're secure, they know what they want, they're healed, right? This could be the person that's coming in to make you an offer on a job. Or it could be a relationship too, depending on what you're trying to manifest. It says, don't second guess yourself. You know the right answer and what's best for you. Make choices that align with your true self. Your intuition is a powerful compass guiding you towards what's best for you. Follow your inner voice. It knows your desires, values, and dreams. They don't want you to second guess, okay? Because even if you make the wrong choice, God will turn it for the good. So you can't lose. But you have all the answers within yourself. So when you get this job offer that's coming in, or something that's coming in quickly, right, that's going to elevate you out of where you are, they don't want you to second guess, and they're telling you you already know the answer that's best for you, right? As long as the choice that you're making is aligning with your true self, and listen to your intuition, okay? It is your compass. Follow your inner voice. It knows your desires, values, and dreams. And sometimes, when this comes in, Aquarius, you may want to just get out in nature, or go in a place where you can get away from any and all distractions and really get into a state of meditation where you can really hear very clearly your intuition and what your spirit guides are telling you, okay? Because they don't want you to sit in fear, right? They want you to operate out of love, okay? Don't worry about making the wrong choice. What's more important is they want you to make the choice that is most aligned with your true self. Why? Because that is going to put you in your superpower. When you are operating out of truth, when you speak your truth, walk in your truth, you cannot go wrong, right? That's your superpower. There's so many people out there walking around with masks on that they don't even know who they are, right? They're still looking for everything that they think they need outside of themselves, right? But what they don't know is that if they remove the mask, look in the mirror, and do that self-discovery, do that self-reflection, and really learn who they are, and they can start walking in that truth, That's the superpower that they're searching for through everything else in their life outside of themselves. Don't be that person, okay? Courage above fear, okay? Again, it's talking about fear again. They want you to operate out of love, out of courage, and not fear, okay? Fear is an illusion, right? And don't second guess yourself, because this is coming in quick. It might be a situation where you have to make a quick decision, okay? Whatever you decide, have faith, know that Jesus believes in you, and you need to believe in you, okay? And where they're taking you, life is going to be good. So let's say they're like relocating you somewhere, Aquarius, and you're like, oh my gosh, I've never lived there before. I don't know anybody. This is new for me. I mean, I've lived where I've been my whole life. Maybe they're going to completely relocate you to a different country, or from the East Coast to the West Coast, or West Coast, East, whatever it may be. They want you to know that life is going to be good. It's going to be better than it is now. And this person that's having you sacrifice yourself, you need to release them and let them go, okay? Because they're always going to want you to dim your light. And Spirit's saying, we want you to shine your light, right? If you're in the line with the divine, we want you to shine your light. The devil wants you to dim your light. Don't let the devil win, okay, Aquarius? All right, I'm going to get you one self-care card for you, Aquarius. This reading is really cut and dry. I hope it's resonated for you and kind of helps you walk through this decision that you're coming across, that you may be coming across here real soon, or what you need to know about releasing this person, these things in your life with the surrendering, and how to get back into self-love and not settling. I hope I've given you some answers and some clarity so we can get you radiating that positivity. Okay, what does self-love, what does Aquarius need for self-love? And the card that came up is number 8. You could be seeing 8, but it says chanting. So to me, this could be affirmations, and if you're not sure about that, you can get on the internet. There's plenty of help on the internet for affirmations. You could do this while you're meditating, as they are. Doesn't have to be, though. Or it could just be singing, right? It could be walking around, while you're doing the dishes or doing the chores or whatever. Just speaking those affirmations. Because what you speak over and over, your mind, your subconscious is absorbing that. And it's going to make it true. Once you speak and it becomes your truth, then your whole environment, everything around you is going to match that. So keep that in mind, okay, Aquarius? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this has helped. And I'm sending you so much love and light. Thank you, Aquarius. Bye.